gotten to now, but here we are.
Here we are. So, hey man, we are so glad that you're here. We are studying country music this week. We're actually doing it in 2 weeks. We're going a little bit backwards. We're doing newer country this week, and then we're going to the classics next week, the old school country, you know. So we appreciate you having the time for us and coming on board.
Man, that's excellent. I am so excited y'all reached out and I could be a part of it. I see you got downtown Nashville behind you there too, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to play into the Nashville theme. You know, I know you're in Tennessee, so I figured I'd have Nashville behind me, so you'd feel like you're at home. You know.
Absolutely. I'm into it, man. That looks awesome. And y'all are out in Oregon, huh?
Yeah, we're out here in Oregon, just southwest of Portland, about 40 miles, I'd say. Have you ever been out here before? Oregon?
I have. I used to play. There was a festival I played like 6 years in a row in Oregon, in Brownsville, Oregon, was it? And I'm trying to remember the name.
Yeah, Brownsville used to have a big one every year.
Yeah, so we played in that one, and I know I'm blanking on the name of it, but and then we also played. We did a good bit of West Coast stuff actually. So I have a club I played at or used to play at a lot. Now I've played at it twice in the past like 6 months, something like that. But we used to play there a lot, and from there, so usually when you're routing a show or a tour or a series of shows kind of deal, you try to get everything kind of all on in similar spots. And so we would route a lot of stuff and make our way up to Oregon. So yeah, I love it out there. So
yeah, one of your songs you talk about how the finest air is in the Smokies, and I just want to make sure you've been out here before, because we have some pretty good air, you know.
Man, I will say this, and not to disagree with you out there, but I think the last time, one time I was out there, I'll never forget it. It was when there was the big fire that came through. And so you guys might be the definition of that line, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we do have a little smoke going on once in a while.
Yeah, sorry, I keep on getting interrupted. I tried to go to my manager Cody's house and do it because he has a real cool setup with a computer, but I gotta because at my house where I am right now in Nashville, I got 3 kids in there that there's no way they would be quiet enough for us to do this.
Oh yeah, I got 3 kids. I know how that is. That's why I come to Nashville to my Zoom calls, you know, where they can't even come near me. So
well, right on. Yeah, you're partying on Broadway. So yeah. What's up, guys? What do you need me for? What can I tell you? What can we talk about?
Well, I think first off, we just want to know what Nashville's like. We found it on the map yesterday, and it's quite a ways from here. So there's a lot of country music there, right? What does it feel like to be in Nashville?
Yeah, it's definitely a little hop, skip, and a plane ride from Oregon, but it's hey buddy, see, there's my son knocking at me on the glass door right now. But it's here, it's right now it's about 60 degrees outside on my back porch, and I've been in Nashville for about 10 years, and well, coming up on 10 years. Funny enough, they say it's a 10-year town, meaning a lot of people move here, and if you make it to year 10, they say you know, that's when you kind of start to find your own groove and where you're supposed to be in terms of writing and music. And for me, that couldn't be truer. I kind of I've released, let's see, 6 songs over the past year, a little over a year, but man, I've written in the past 10 years, I mean, thousands, I feel like. And it's just, and it's so strange to know that only a few will ever see the light of day or be released in terms of like the business of it. But I'm just right now in a spot in my life, in my career, in this town, where I'm grateful I've got support to release songs that I've worked really hard at.
That's great. We actually have a student who has a good question kind of about what you just discussed.
Yeah.
I can call on Angelina. We'll have some kids ask some questions here today. Angelina, do you remember can you turn your camera on, Angelina? You got a nice cowgirl hat on. There you are. And maybe you could ask a question to Mr. Stevens here.
Yeah, excellent.
How did you write a country song?
How did I write a country song? That's a good question. So I like to think that the best way to write a song is say exactly how you feel in exactly that moment and try to be as honest as possible about it. Because when my favorite songs, especially country songs, they're all story songs. So even if how you're feeling is a story, I have a song called Country Soul Survivor, and it's a story song, but it was reflective of how I was feeling when I wrote it, even though it kind of takes this different perspective. What I try to do, and all of my favorite country songs seem like they just kind of connect in a way that's very honest. And even if it's kind of cheesy at times, that's what I love about country music. It's so honest. It doesn't care about the.
Oh, Scott, you muted yourself accidentally there, man. Not sure you know you did that, but.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And I'm sitting here talking like a dope. Where was I? I tried to finish and answer the question, but.
Well, I think you were just, I want to know kind of how you walk that line of authenticity and show business at the same time with a country song, because
it's tough. Yeah, that's a really good question. It's always a balancing act, because for me so I'm on my it's crazy. I'm touted as a new artist in a lot of different formats, and when we get like any kind of little press, it'll be new country. And but like for me, I mean, I've been at it for a while, and what I've found out through chasing both things, like trying to make a good song and also trying to make a song that I can that's I guess in a business sense marketable and widely listenable, and for me and my talents. And everybody's different. Some guys I know in town, I have some friends that have so many #1 hits, and they're just good at knowing what people want to hear. And for me, I found out that my strengths were not that. My strengths were just, like I said, as honestly as you can, write the song and make the music, make the sounds, and then the rest, hopefully falls into place. And you know what? If it doesn't, what's the loss, man? You're still making beautiful music that's 100% you, that nobody else can do. And I think sometimes people miss that point. So I think that's the beauty of music.
That's a great point. Yeah, I mean, just because it didn't get picked up and billion listens, it's still it's still your work, and it still can be celebrated.
Exactly, man. Every release we have, I feel blessed, and I thank God, and I thank my team, just to get a song out, because a lot of people don't even get to do that with their song. Like I told you, I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs that nobody's ever heard, and possibly no one will ever hear. But it's cool to get the opportunity to do it. And I think for me, I've been able to keep I've been able, what's really important is you being happy with yourself, no matter who you are, what it is you're doing. You need to, at the end of the day, because no matter what, if you do something and other people think it's great, but you're not happy with it, or you wanted to do something different, it just, you'll always wish you would have,
Wow, great advice. Well, you say you got a lot of songs. You think we'd be obliged to hear one,
Oh my gosh. I happen to have Lucy with me right here. This is Lucy.
Lucy, all right.
Yeah, this is Lucy. I was gonna play, because I know you guys are talking about Johnny Cash, right?
You are, yeah.
That's pretty cool. The Man in Black, one of my biggest influences. A guy, exactly what I was just saying. Like nobody had ever heard anything like what he did, because he did what he did, and no one else is even doing it. Sometimes sometimes I feel like that's what we forget about John. Sure, he was a good vocalist, he's a great songwriter, but really I think what people connected with Johnny Cash was Johnny Cash, you know. And we always cover, we'll travel and we'll cover oh, let me decline this. Gosh, you know what? Are you muted now, or can you hear me?
Oh, you're good.
Okay, I should not have done this on my phone. I'll know better for next time. He does hear that train a come, it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging. You heard this one? And I hear that train on down the sand. And this one's cool, particularly because I was inspired by that song that when I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy and don't ever play with guns, but I shall man. You know, just a Folsom Prison Blues. I was trying to think of the song. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. One day I was just sitting there and I was doing this thing. I was just doing this over and over again. This is called just a rock. It's rocks back and forth. Just walks on the guitar, right? And this is, and then I started writing one of my songs. I just started, I started saying, I just heard in my head, and that's all I heard. And then a couple days or a week later, it turned into I get my kicks on. And I just loved how those syllables punch, those I get my kicks. And then we wrote this song. A cowboy walks into a bar with an old guitar. He pulls up the stage and counts off the beat. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the patrons there, they stop and stare. They've never seen his boots, so rare. And the cowboy sings, I get my kicks on rock and roll. I got some country in my soul. I got my good looks from my mom, my redneck from up yonder, my whiskey down the road. I've been almost everywhere, and Smoky is the freshest air I know. So here's one for the fighter, the country soul survival rocking on. And then we when we do it live, we'll do the I was just a babe, mama told me, son. We'll throw that in there. We'll throw the Johnny Cash song in there. So I was excited to do this. Play with guns. He took a verse to explain himself. He said, I shot the bit and got a story to tell. He left me for dead and he broke my strings. But then Jesus came along and he told me sing this song and I dedicate it to the other black and blue sons of guns just like me. And I get my kicks on rock and roll. I got some country in my soul. I got my good looks from my mama, my redneck from up yonder, my whiskey down the road. I've been almost everywhere, and Smoky is the freshest air I know. So here's one for the fight, the country soul survival rocking on.
That was great. Thank you. That was awesome.
Thanks,
If you look,
man.
yeah, man. If you look in the windows, we'll have everybody. Can you go just give them a nice little round of applause there? That's
Oh,
really
man.
cool.
Thank you, everyone.
We love it. We love it. Couple questions for you coming at you from some of our kids. If you got a minute here.
Sure, man. I'm here. I was excited to be here too. So.
Oh, these are the best. This is the best class. I tell you, we have the best kids right here.
I think it's awesome, man. I love that I'm involved. Thank you.
You betcha. All right, Grace, do you remember the question that we worked on a little bit here for Mr. Stevens? It's your turn.
Mr. Stevens,
Yes,
have you
Grace.
ever met Dolly Parton?
Oh, have I ever met Dolly Parton? I actually have had the pleasure of meeting Miss Dolly Parton. Dolly
She's
is
really nice.
She's so nice. She's like one of the nicest people of all time. She's actually from where I'm from in East
She's from
Tennessee.
Tennessee. She's from
Yes.
Tennessee.
Yes, there's a so about 30 minutes from where she grew up is where my family lives right now on a little farm out in East Tennessee. And we were always big fans of Dolly, and I didn't get to talk with her much, but you know, I got to in passing meet her and tell her what a big fan I was. So
That's amazing. Have you been to Dolly World? You take the kids over there to Pigeon Forge?
oh my goodness, man, Dollywood is legit. We probably went. We went 3 times a year every year until I was like 22.
Wow.
We love some Dollywood. It's right there where we are. So yeah, Dolly's a big fixture here in Tennessee.
I could never move to Tennessee because I went there once and I went to Pigeon Forge and I saw too many snakes, man. Wow. They'll get you. I don't know about that.
Yeah, there are some snakes. Now, I don't really regularly encounter them on a day-to-day basis, but there are snakes here. My wife feels like you feel, essentially. She's not a big fan of that and Tennessee either.
I think you got to be tough to live down there. That's what I think. All right, Nathan's got a question for us. Nathan, are you ready, bud? I'm so glad that you volunteered a question.
Nathan, you gotta unmute, kiddo.
Okay, do it one more time. Ready?
Do you play the ukulele?
Say that one more time. Do I play the ukulele? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, I love the ukulele, but I don't know how to play it. I could probably fake it for a little bit, but only for a little bit.
All right, how about this question? Jack, we're going to switch it up on you, Mr. Stevens. This is a really good question. We talked about snakes, but what about this? Jack, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Do you own a gorilla?
No, I don't. But I am a gorilla.
Check this out.
Okay. You know what's funny? So
You got the group with you right there.
I got the gorilla head with me. So the gorilla came about one day when we were playing a show, and I it's kind of what I was talking about earlier. And just be your true self, and even if you're in kind of a place where you feel kind of weird and a little bit shied away, there's never a good time to not be yourself. So always be yourself, and that's what the gorilla represents. So he wears the cowboy hat. Like, what could be more out of place than a gorilla in a cowboy hat? But it doesn't matter. He's still a gorilla. So just own it. You know.
I love that he makes a cameo in like every video of yours. It's just like,
yeah. And then he started popping up more, and then yeah, And then yeah, he starts. If you guys have ever seen any of the music videos, he's a lot of fun. We actually just finished yesterday the new music video for a song I have called Neon Anya, and he's in that one as well. So
I think it's Melissa, whoever I've been talking to, was kind enough to send me a sneak peek on that. Yeah, of course he was in there. He's in a bowling alley. I like bowling alleys. You know, we haven't been in a bowling alley in Oregon. At least I haven't for about a year now because of this
yeah. That's a
I'm glad
shame,
you're-
man. Hopefully we're just right on the verge of everything being available and everyone being healthy and happy again. So yeah, we got a chance to shoot it at a bowling alley about 45 minutes from Nashville in a town called Murfreesboro. And that I was really blessed. It was they were a fan. The people that own that bowling alley were fans, and were just so helpful. And as you saw, it turned out really cool because I mean, that bowling alley looked awesome. So
It did, and I got to tell you, Scott, I really do like that song a lot. It's pretty good.
Neon Anya.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's good.
Right on. Thank you, man. I obsess over these songs and like literally every single thing about them. So I appreciate that. Appreciate
All
that.
right. You betcha. Robert's got a question here. We're about to the end of our time with you, unfortunately, but we got another question here from Robert. Robert, remember what you're going to ask?
What were you like in 8th grade?
What was I like in 8th grade? Good question. Shy. We moved schools a lot when I was growing up, so I had to learn kind of quick to adapt. And around 7th grade, I was homeschooled and moving. My dad, we moved a lot. He was a consultant, and so we just traveled a good bit. And around 8th grade, I think I liked to have fun, and I enjoyed school. I enjoyed learning. I didn't enjoy the multitude of schools that I went to, but I think in 8th grade, I was just trying to figure out a lot of what I've said here, which is be you. You guys are all awesome. You've got an awesome teacher. It looks like an awesome few teachers. And man, if I could tell that 8th grade me a little something, it would be exactly what I've said here. That be you. Y'all are awesome.
Be yourself. Yeah, I like that message for sure. Nathan, he put it in the chat. He just want to know if you had a hero when you were younger.
A few heroes, yeah. Of course, you know, my mom and dad are incredible. So they always got to be up there for the spot. I'm just kind of really trying to answer this question honestly. Who do I want to pick for this? Musical heroes, I like Joe Walsh. He's a guitar player from the Eagles from 30 years ago, maybe more than that, but he's probably one of my biggest musical heroes. Other musical heroes, I like the older stuff, a lot of the 70s type rock and roll. I like yeah, I think my wife's pretty awesome too. She's not even here for me to catch that, but people that are steadfast are and reliable and loyal and faithful are my real life heroes, and my musical heroes tend to be just rock and rollers from the 70s.
Amen. Well, we're gonna get into Rock and Roll Week in April, so
oh, come on.
We're kind of building up to that, you know. It's gonna be great.
I love it. Well, I love to hear that y'all are in Country Week, or did you say starting or finishing Country Week?
Oh no, this is the start of week 1 here. We got next week, and then we're gonna slip into Folk Week, you know, kind of a country idea, right before spring break. So really, the whole month is sort of around country.
Cool, man. It's God's music. That's why.
Yeah, right. Amen. Well, Scott, we got to get to math class here in a little bit. Do you want to take us out with a little, tune or two or two?
Mr. Honey, I have a question too. You're trying to skip me, man. What the heck?
Okay, just calm down. Hey, let's remember.
I'm not gonna calm down. I'm angry.
Okay.
I was with this man for like 2 hours.
Well, not that.
Waiting.
Okay, Dakota, I'd appreciate if you had a little bit better tone right now. If you have a question, let's go ahead and ask it. All right, Scott, thanks for bearing with us here. Are you ready for the? All right, Dakota, let's get this. I did tell you I'd call on you here in a minute, but go ahead.
I was gonna ask him. I was gonna ask you. Hey, do you like Phil Collins?
Oh yeah, I love Phil Collins. He's another big influence of mine. I remember it was probably for about a year I listened to everything Phil Collins. Phil Collins' greatest hits. I listened to there's a song called Easy Lover, a Phil Collins song. It is I think that's such a jam. So and he happened to be the full soundtrack for animated movie called Tarzan when I was a kid, and that was pretty awesome too.
Probably didn't realize you'd hear about Phil Collins today, but
hey, why not? Come on, man, he's awesome.
Welcome to 8th grade. All right, yeah, we got to head out here in a minute. If you got another song, we would just love to end on that. That'd be a great way to do it, I think.
Cool. Let's do I got a song called New Boots. Let's do this song. She gave me an ultimatum. She said verbatim, you got to change. She was looking for something more. Said trade the 4x for the range. Had the audacity to say she would leave if I didn't change my clothes. I said I got to be who I got to be, from my head down to my soul. Oh, dogs. So I got these new boots. Pick me up another cup of tattoos and a can in my hand, looking half full. My hat to fire up the band, back on my feet tonight. I'll shed some neon light on my all leather size 11s, hand stitched together with grit and glue. They walk like I talk and they ain't coming off and they're never coming back to you. Then I walked out and closed the door. I turned around that 4x4 and I got highway bound, made a stop in town, and I walked right out the store in these new boots. Pick me up another cup of tattoos and a cane in my hand, looking half full. I had to fire up the band, back on my feet tonight. I shed some neon light on my all leather size 11s, hand stitched together with grit and glue. They walk like I talk and they ain't coming off and they're never coming back to you. And this right here, this is the part my guitar player solo's over, but he's not here. So instead, I'm doing this voiceover. I walk down the road, that's when I pull my 6-string out the case. They turned on the lights and that made them shine as soon as I hit the stage. New boots, pick me up another cup of tattoos, and a can in my hand, looking half full. Might have to fire up the joint, back on my feet tonight. Shed some neon light on my all leather size 11s, hand stitched together with grit and glue. They walk like I talk and they ain't coming off and they never coming back to.
Very nice. That was wonderful. I'm going to put my gallery view on and I want to see all these kids. Can you all just feel free to unmute yourself for about 5 seconds and just give us a nice round of applause, students? That'd be great.
Oh, y'all are awesome.
Very nice. Very nice. We love it.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. You got a
I
great
like it.
class, some great teachers, and y'all have fun learning about music. I'm jealous. I wish I could go every week with you.
Well, come on, come to Oregon.
Let's do it.
All right, Scott, we'll let you have your day back. We're much obliged for your time with us, and we just wish you the best, and you're a friend of our class always now, all righty?
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.